Hello, welcome back to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Here on the channel you'll find me chatting about my adventures in knitting, spinning, crochet and weaving, all of the fibre related things. Today's video is the return of my monthly making plans. If you happen to be new to the channel and this is the first video that you're clicking on, for the last couple of years probably I think I have been employing a little bit of a game of chance at the beginning of each month. I'm someone who likes to have a lot of works in progress on my needles, hooks, looms, spinning contraptions, wheels and spindles, and so I can have a tendency to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what to work on any given day or in any given week, and so to try and stop myself procrastinating quite so much as I might otherwise do, I have a multi-sided dice. I'm currently using a 20-sided dice. And I have a set of cards which have various prompts on the back. Each month I roll the dice 4 times and pick myself 4 projects to work on through the coming weeks. That is what we are here to decide to do today. Over the last couple of years, lots of members of our community have been using the prompts to also pick their priorities for the month as well. And I know a lot of folks missed that in February. I didn't get around to doing a monthly making plans for February, so I promised I would be back for March, and here we are. As well as my 4 dice prompts, I have on my phone a app which has a little sort of randomizer. It's called Spin the Wheel. A few people have asked me what app I use. It's called Spin the Wheel Random Picker. On my app I have a wheel with a lot of names on there. Folks from our community have volunteered to go onto the wheel and get a chance to pick one of my projects. So each month, as well as my dice rolls, I also get someone from the community to pick a project. So I'm just trying to pull the app up now. Sorry, I should have done all that faffing before I switched the camera on. So let's get straight into spinning the wheel. Here we go. Oh, that was so close. Connie, did you see that? Sorry. A few people have said that their names almost come up, but that one was really close. It just switched over at the last minute. So I'm going to be reaching out to the lovely Fiona to see what project they would like me to work on this month, and whoever is picking gets carte blanche, so they can choose either something from my works in progress. Right at the beginning of the year I've just done my 12 cast on, so there's plenty of works in progress to choose from. However, if none of my works in progress appeal to the person who is in charge of my knitting fate for the month, they're most welcome to pick a brand new cast on for me if they choose to do so, and I'm more than happy to purchase patterns or yarns if I need to do so in order to get that project underway. So I'm going to get in touch with Fiona and find out what I shall be adding to my March making list, and then once Fiona has come back to me I shall then roll the dice and pick my other 4 projects for March. I have heard back from the lovely Fiona and she has picked a project for me. I'm super excited about this one because Fee has asked me to work on my Garter Marla cardigan for the month of April, which is amazing. This was the project I cast on day 5 of our 12 cast ons adventure. It's a pattern by Stephen West, and I have picked lots of scraps and leftovers from my stash. You hold 2 strands of fingering weight yarn double to knit this cardigan, so mine's going to be hopefully joyful, colourful, and this is where I got to on the first day of our cast ons adventures. So I'm looking forward to carrying that with me throughout March, keeping that in my Crafty Gnomes project bag from Emma Ball. I sell those on the Yarn and Yarns website. A little plug there for my little business, hope you don't mind. Thank you so much to Fee for picking that project for me. I will now remove Fee's name from the wheel and we'll re-spin again at the beginning of April when the time comes. If you would like to be added to the wheel, I've had quite a few new viewers here recently. If you'd like to be added to the wheel, then please let me know in the comments below and I will happily add you on. And if you're on the wheel already and for any reason you want to be removed, you can let me know that as well, and I will take you off. We'll just go forward with that for the rest of the year. It's a really fun way for me to involve the community in my little monthly making plans. Okay, so it's time for me now to roll the dice. I'm going to roll the dice 4 times and we'll pick the rest of our prompts for March.
Dreams aren't meant to be broken. Take me to where the mountains can kill. People are free and time stands still. Whatever makes my heart come to life or fall apart. Show me the best, the worst of the world. I hope that's the life that you prefer. And if you want to go with me there, just let me know. Roll the dice, you don't think twice. Roll the dice.
Okay, so the dice have spoken. For those of you who might have been following along with this monthly making plan series for a little while, you might have noticed that I've switched out my prompts this year. So I have these fabulous cards that were made for me by my lovely friend Simone. And she has a channel here on YouTube, which I'll link below. She mostly does journaling and sort of stationery based videos. She's doing a lot about fountain pens and ink at the moment, so I shall link Simone's channel below. I just put some little prompts on the back of these cards which I've stuck on with washi tape so I can change them out when I want to, and so I had the same prompts on the cards for the whole year last year, and I thought it was time to change things up. Some of these prompts are very similar, if not the same, as the ones that I had last year, but I've tried to make these prompts, or word these prompts, a little bit more generically so they could be open to interpretation. Some of them are a bit more specific, but I've tried to do that, but I'm not going to go through all of the new prompts, but we'll obviously discover them as the months wear on and we roll the dice. Got my 4 prompts here, and I think the first project that I'm going to pick out is this one, which is random number generator, which is on the back of card number 14. So I'm going to pop in my project. I'm going to have a little look on my Ravelry projects page, see how many projects I've got on the needles, and then I'll plug those numbers into a random number generator. I have got 25 projects on the needles at the moment, not including the Guatemala. So I have popped 1 to 25 onto this little random number generator on my phone, and we'll see what project we get. I'm going to say 1 is my newest project and 25 is my oldest project, so I just count back the numbers on my Ravelry project page when we get there. Okay, number 14. So let's just hop back to my Ravelry project page. Number 14 is the Scout shawl, which I'm really thrilled to be getting back to. This was a project that was actually picked for me in one of our previous monthly making plans video, and Kate was picked as the person to choose a project for me, and Kate chose a brand new cast on. She picked something from my, I think it was from my queue, and it's this lovely colourwork shawl, and this is how far I got during that first month. It's a combination of intarsia and colourwork, as you can probably figure out. So yeah, my Scout shawl. I'm really excited to get back to that. I was really enjoying knitting on this. It's just, I just love colour work, and I'm using mostly Jamieson and Smith's Spindrift yarn, I think. Some colours were donated to me by my dear friend Jeanette, and Kate very kindly gifted me the pattern as well. So lots of lovely sort of friendship memories that I can think about as I work on this project throughout March. So that's going to be project number 2 for March. That prompt obviously was going to lead me to something quite specific. The rest are a little bit more open to interpretation. So far I've obviously got the Guatemala, which is quite a big project in terms of the amount of yarn and things, and the colourwork project, the Scout shawl, which will take a little bit of concentration. And between those two, it also means that I'm covering sort of trying to alternate between working on something new, so the Guatemala is something new, and something from my older works in progress, so the Scout shawl covers that. So I've kind of hit all of the things that I wanted to try and balance. So that's good. It sort of frees me up to choose whatever I really want for the last 3 prompts. However, March is going to be quite a busy month for me, just personally, doing things wise. So I've got 2 weekends away planned with friends. So I'm going away with different friends groups. I'm going to visit my family, my dad and my sister and my nephews over in Norfolk for a few days. And I'm hoping to get to the, I think it's called the East Anglia Yarn Show. I should be there on Saturday for a few hours, just for a few hours, because I'm going to be travelling back to Wales. But if you happen to watch this and you happen to be visiting that show and you see me wandering around, then come over, give me a hug. James and I are also going away for a weekend at the end of March to watch a concert. So I need to pick a couple of projects that are going to be sort of easy, out and about, social knitting, things I can take with me, things that are portable, and things that I can knit in company. The garter marler will be something I can take when I visit my family, because I'm going to be there for a few days and it's just sort of garter stitch knitting, so I'll be able to chuck that in the car, I think. But yeah, I think I want a couple of smaller projects as well, so we shall see, we shall see. More than enough waffling, let's get back to the prompts. So number 9 is handspun. So that prompt just means to work with anything handspun. If you happen to be playing along with the game, a lot of people out there in the community do, if you're not a spinner or if you don't have handspun yarn in your stash, my suggestion would be to maybe pick something that's either a luxury yarn or something a bit more unusual, something you don't work with as often. I am going to, once again, revisit my Ravelry project page, and I've got quite a few handspun projects on the go. I've got my Raya sweater, which I'd really love to get to, but I'm already working on the garter marler. I've got my handspun pillow. I've got my traveller shawl. That's going to be a little bit of spinning before I get to the knitting. Actually, that one might be quite a good one. I've also got my pressed flowers. That's handspun, or contains handspun. And I've got a couple of my older projects. I've still got my heptagon time shawl, my Luna mitt. Oh, I've got my handspun love note that I still need to cast on. I've done all the spinning for that. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with my traveller shawl project, because that will break up the knitting a little bit and it will hopefully give me the incentive to at least get the spinning portion of that project done. I don't have the basket of fibre up here with me, so I'll either insert a little bit of footage, video footage, or a picture as I'm chatting. It was one of the projects that I cast on again for our 12 cast ons adventures this year, and I am doing a combo spin for that project. I'm halfway through spinning the fibre. I'd hoped to get the fibre finished by the end of February, but over the last week or so I've not been feeling the best. I've had a little bit of a bug, and so I haven't been doing as much knitting or spinning as I thought I might do. So I'm a bit behind where I'd hoped that I might be, which is fine. These projects take as long as they take. I'm not in a rush, it's not a race. Our crafts are slow, and yeah, they take the time that they take. So yeah, I think I'm going to pick my traveller shawl for the handspun prompt. Prompt number 10 is new cast on. This is one of the prompts where I've worded this slightly differently. So I think last year I had this as cast on something new, which obviously is quite specific, but I thought if I reworded it and put a new cast on, then I can interpret that in a few different ways if I want to. So I could either pick up something that is a new cast on, or I could cast on something new. I've got 2 projects that would actually fulfill each interpretation of those prompts that I think I'm probably going to pick up. March is a long month, right? So for the new cast on side of this is kind of cheating, really. Usually I would only pick 1 project, but I'm going to pick 2 because it's my dice roll game. I can do what I want to. So for the new cast on side of this, I have just cast on a test knit for the lovely Penny Baker Knits, and I'm test knitting her sandbox socks. Again, my project bag with the project in is downstairs at the moment, so I'm going to pop a picture or a little video up on the screen to show you. I cast this on in the last few days, and I've knit a leg of the sock, and I really would like to get the sock finished. Obviously it's a test knit. I want to fulfill my obligations or my promises in that regard, so I'm going to be picking up the sandbox socks for that prompt. On the subject of test knitting, the other project that I'm going to be picking up for this is a cowl project, and I can't really say too much about it at the moment, but my lovely friend Sylvia Watts Cherry, who, if you followed the channel for a while, you'll know that I've test knit for Sylvia quite a few times. In the last couple of days, Sylvia has reached out to me and asked if I would test knit a project for her, so I will be casting on a new project as well. I need to check with Sylvia to find out how much exactly I'm able to share about that test knit. Slight cheat, but like I said, my game, my rules, I can do what I want. And then finally, that brings us to the fourth prompt for March, which is number 20, and the prompt on the back of this is gift. And again, this is another prompt that you might have seen last year, but I called it gifted last year, and the idea behind it was to use something which had a gifted element to it, so something, either a pattern or yarn or project bag or something that someone had gifted to me. But I thought if I just reword that slightly and call it gift, then I can either interpret that in the original way, so pick a project that has some sort of gifted element to it, or if I need to work on a gift for someone else, then I could also interpret that prompt that way too. In this instance, I'm going to use the first interpretation. I'm going to have a look at which of my projects have got some sort of gifted element to them, and I've got loads of those because a lot of the projects that I cast on for the 12 cast-ons have some sort of gifted element. You know, people have been very kindly gifted me yarn or patterns. Oh, so many projects to choose from. I don't know which to choose. It's the problem with this time of year, having just done the 12 cast-ons. There's so many projects to choose from. It's difficult to make a decision. Let me just think about what projects I've chosen already. So I've got a sweater, I've got a shawl, I've got socks plus a test knit. I'm doing some spinning. So I've already got quite a good range of projects, so I don't think that helps me narrow things down really, does it? Would it be wicked of me to start a brand new project when I've got so many on the needles? It probably would, wouldn't it? No. Yes, no. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's start something new. Naughty, naughty, naughty. So, I want to say a big thank you to the lovely Joel, who recently gifted me a pattern that you've probably seen here, there and everywhere recently, which is the emotional support chicken. So this is the project as seen on the Ravelry project page. And I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I'd seen a few of these pop up, and I think a couple of people had knit them for the 12 cast-ons, and I thought it was quite a fun project, and Joel very kindly just surprised me with the gift of the pattern. And so I think before that pattern sort of sits languishing in my library, I'm going to cast myself on an emotional support chicken, and I'll probably do it from some hand spun yarn as well. So yeah, that's going to be my last project, I think. A cheeky new cast on, hopefully something that won't hang around on the needles too long. It looks like it might be quite a quick knit, and it will be a good excuse for me to rummage through my handspun stash and maybe pick out a skein of handspun yarn that's been sort of sat there languishing with no particular project in mind. So yeah, emotional support chicken it is. I know I don't need any new cast-ons, particularly as I'm going to be casting on a new test knit as well, but hey ho, it's all fun and games, isn't it? What's one more project? I mean, I've got 24 projects on the needles as we discovered in the sort of random number generator, so that's not too many, is it? I'm sure some of you are cringing and going, yes, it's 23 projects too many, but for me it's not too many. I have had times in the past where I've been sort of approaching 40 projects on the needles, so 24 is nothing. Okay, so that is everything for this video. Let me know in the comments below whether you're someone who also has 24 or more projects on the needles. If you're playing along with our dice game, let me know what projects you'll be picking to work on in March. If you're not playing the game, just let me know what's on your needles at the moment, what you're enjoying, what you're planning to work on. I love to hear about all of your wonderful projects and be inspired by all of your fabulous making. Thank you so much for watching the video. I shall be back again soon with some more making content, so I hope you will join me for the next video. Until we do get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some other things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now. Bye.